Hello and welcome to the awards ceremony for Game Parade. This has felt like a really long month by the time we've done the build up to the actual game jam itself, the week of the game jam, a couple of weeks of judging. We've had so many people involved. I mean, hundreds of participants, and almost as many taking part on the organisational side. You'll recognise at least one of the people beside me today. Gianmarco obviously has been the prime organizer and main fixer-upper and helper and everything, problem solver throughout this entire thing. So you'll be hearing from Gianmarco throughout this about hour-long award ceremony today. The chap that certainly any of you in the UK and in Scotland in particular will no doubtedly know, but some of you further afield might not, is Mr. Brian Baglow. Brian, welcome.
Good evening. Nice to see you, Colin. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. I'll hand over to Brian in a bit. Basically, he's going to be taking us through the actual awards and telling us who's nominated for which category, and we'll get to find out who the winners are. But before that, what I'd like to do is just do a little bit of the background stuff. If you're just tuning in and didn't take part of the game jam, this was a game jam a couple of weeks ago. The theme was Carpe Diem, seize the day, which hopefully you'll see as we show little bits of the various games throughout the stream. The whole point of this was to tie in with Games Jobs Live, which is what this whole thing has been hosted on, this YouTube channel and everything. So Games Jobs Live is a series of recruitment events, and it's something that's taken off throughout COVID, something that wouldn't really have been viable 6-9 months ago. But we've done them all around the UK, we've done them overseas, we've done them in Montreal, we've got other ones coming up. And Gianmarco watched a couple of these early ones and thought, wow, what would be even better to give more people a way to get into the industry is by doing a game jam. So the point of this game jam and the reason we picked the theme of Seize the Day was it's all about showcasing people's skills. So what we wanted the game jam to do was to let people put together some fantastic games. We got industry judges. I think we had judges from about 16 different games industry developers and companies judging the games, so that all the games got in front of industry judges. And it was all about seizing the day, both in terms of the people making the games, because this was an opportunity to create something and get in front of industry, but also from industry's point of view, that we're in the cutting edge of everything here in games, and these companies need to find and grab the next generation of amazing talent. And the whole point of this, the whole point everyone should have been seizing the day, was to make that happen. So I'm hoping we're going to hear that there's some good things come out of this, other than just some amazing games. If you've not seen any of the games, you can play them all up on itch. We've also had various playthroughs. So one of Gianmarco's colleagues, Joel, has played through every single game, I think. We might have missed one or two, but virtually every single game over a series of live streams over the last week. They're still up on YouTube on this channel. And one of our Discord members, Thresh, has kindly gone through and time-stamped every single video. So if you look in the description of those 3 playthrough videos, you can jump to exactly which game you want to have a look at if you just want to have a quick look at it. What we'll do tonight is we'll announce, I think we've got 14 different awards we're going to announce, and we want everyone to make the most of it. So if you win an award, if you're one of the nominees in an award, shout about it from your rooftops. This is your chance to make yourself stand out. Put it on your LinkedIn page, add it to your resume, stick it in your portfolio, whatever you feel is appropriate. But if you've achieved something, help yourself by helping yourself stand out. The way the judging worked was that we had these 16 industry judges. They've looked at the games, they've rated it. We have got a number of different factors that we've looked at as well. We've got the ratings that were hosted on itch. We didn't want any of these things to become a popularity contest or to be prone to misuse. So Gianmarco and I have curated things to make sure that we the prizes are going to the most deserving, and we're happy everything's as fair as it can be. But at the end of the day, this has been a way bigger thing than we anticipated. So if there's any mishaps throughout this, apologies. But let us know. We're hoping to do this again, so let us know anything we could do differently for the future. Most of the awards that we're going to be announcing have 3 nominees. So these are the ones that the industry judges have picked. So for each of those 12 awards, Brian will tell us who the 3 nominees are, and then Gianmarco will tell us who the winner is. One of the other awards is the community award that everyone's been voting on, and there's one other special award that we'll announce later on as well. Before I disappear off, I would just like to say thank you, in particular to Gianmarco. He has done everything. So thank you so much for making this happen. The comments have been amazing. Everyone's so grateful for all your help. Thank you to Joel, who spent 12 hours of his evenings playing through all the games. Thank you to Sarah Gatland that did our really cool montage video for the intro just there that you'll see. But we're trying to show off as many games as we could. Thank you to Brian for joining us on the stream tonight, and thank you to everyone in the Discord and the community that's just made this a lovely thing to be part of. So with that's all our background. Let's get on with the fun. Brian, I'm going to hand over to you to be in control from now on. But it might be nice just to have a couple of chats, a couple of bits of conversation between the 3 of us about how the game jam went. But I'll leave it in your capable hands, Brian.
Sure, thank you, Colin, and thank you all. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you all for coming tonight. I know that you have many better things to do in the dark and dreary sort of start of November. But for those of you who don't know, I've worked in the games industry for 25 odd years. Colin and I, go way back to the legendary DMA Design, and the reason I'm here tonight is we shared an office, and I found some things in his desk drawer that I still hold over his head to this day. So this is more of a blackmail thing than a pay thing, but it's always nice to be asked. So
we actually shared a desk, didn't we? It wasn't even just an office. We
did. That's just my way of saying I'm the loneliest of his former colleagues. So I had nothing to do tonight. So, but it's fantastic. I've been I run the Scottish Games Network. I kind of write about all of the really interesting things going on in this particular country. And the fact that Colin picked up Games Job Live when lockdown started and has been doing so much. And, Game Parade has been a huge addition to all of this and giving people a platform to go out there and really, provide the games industry with an opportunity to show them what you can do. So it's absolutely phenomenal. So thank you, Colin, for, all of that weird stuff that you found, you left in your desk drawer all those years ago. Anyway,
literally,
always. So it's been quite a long period. There's been so much. People have been designing, developing their own games. They've been working remotely and doing what they can. A completely different situation to the normal jam, where everyone comes together. There's a real sense of community and camaraderie, and everybody kind of helps each other on a very, very sort of local basis. So I think this is a real testament to the fact that you guys have, entered in such high numbers and such high quality and really varied types of games have been created. So, I mean, Gianmarco, you've been there, making everything happen. So how have you found it?
Sorry, I missed it.
How have you found it? Has it been good? Has it been bad? Has it
been
exciting? Has it been terrifying?
At the beginning it was quite terrifying, I can say, because I participated in game jams before, but I never tried to organize anything, and neither on remote platforms. So when I came in contact with Colin and we started chatting about this, we found the real value of what we were trying to achieve with this, and we just started. It was quite a long talk because there were a lot of tiny details to make it clap. And then we were afraid because it was like the launch of a game, so we're just staring at the screen waiting for numbers to raise and raise until we hit 300 participants and went so on again. And that was quite a satisfaction, wasn't it, Colin? That was cool. Yeah. We were wondering for 250 or something like that, and that was a really great start. And when they started pushing their screenshots, confronting each other on the Discord, the coolest thing is what, like, you could see stuff building up and people helping each other. There was not such a competition. That was a really good thing. The social side of all of this is something I really love and really want to foster.
And I think this is it. The game sector is all about show me. Your CD can kind of get you in the door, but anyone who can actually point to a game which has been made publicly available and talk about it, well, this worked, this didn't work, we changed this, our feedback sucked, so we went and changed the whole of whatever it happened to be, really sets themselves apart. And the fact that these games are being seen by so many people across the games industry, professional developers and designers, is a huge opportunity. It's a big foot in the door. So have you guys been getting any feedback from the actual industry participants, the judges?
Well, there was.
I mean, the judges have been. So they were basically just giving us scores on each of the games. But we're encouraging them to add comments back to the teams themselves on itch. So I don't know if it's open yet, Gianmarco, but certainly soon, by the end of this, teams should be able to see the comments that all the judges have left, shouldn't they?
Yeah, they should. When the ratings will be... No, they're still online on the submission page. They should be like that. So, yeah. If it's there, it's there.
and certainly the comments I've heard back have been, people have just been blown away. Because I think most game jams in the physical world were just over the weekend. So people got used to a certain caliber of games, and all the judges have seen what everyone's been able to do because it's been over a slightly longer period, because actually the remote nature makes it a bit more flexible for people. They've been blown away by the quality of the games. I've had some people saying, "Are you going to publish any of these games? Some of these are amazing."
And I think that's it.
See publishing deals come out of this.
Well, this is the thing. It's like we live in a brave new world now, where it's no longer the case that what you create in your academic life or what you can create as a student has no other purpose than to get you past the exam or to get you through your degree. There's so many opportunities now to take whatever it is you do, whether it's a hobby, whether it's a piece of academic research, whether it's a jam game, and get it out there in front of people. And the more you do of that, the more experienced you become, and the more you sort of get feedback from actual players. And those can be the harshest critics of the lot, let's be honest.
Absolutely. I'll just bring up a comment here, but just skimming through the comments on the YouTube. The comment from Willie here is talking about whatever the results, you've improved your skill set. It's worth celebrating. Everyone will have got something out of this, whether you think it or not, whether you win an award or not. Everyone will have something out of this.
Yeah, absolutely. And to echo what you said earlier, Colin, far too often game developers tend to look at trophies as just something else to dust or something else to sort of stick in the boardroom in the studio, and it's not. If you win any kind of award, if you get any kind of recognition or achievement, shout about it. Be proud of it. It's an amazing achievement, and it can absolutely help. I still refer to myself as the multiple award-winning Brian Baglow. Albeit that they were my own awards that I made up over one weekend when I was particularly bored and lonely. But it still counts.
Absolutely.
So the fact that you're part of this real game jam is phenomenal. So shall we crack on, gentlemen?
Perfect.
Excellent.
Let's do this.
So first up, we're going to bring in Ruben from Universal Production Music, who are one of the companies who have been involved in supporting the game jam from the outset. Ruben, good evening.
Hey everyone, how are we doing?
Very well, very well. It's like everyone's really excited. Sort of, it's I think the anticipation's running quite high. So, you guys have been involved in the jam from the outset, and you provided support. First of all, can you tell us how you've been involved?
Yeah, so we at Universal Production Music, this is like our first game jam. And we've basically just loaned out a bit of music for people to use for their games, just to kind of make things a bit easier for them, and just see all the creative ways that people have been using our tracks. Has been amazing. We've been really excited to see that and kind of get into the game sector a bit more from the ground up.
That's fantastic. And you know, the fact that a company with the profile and credibility of Universal has been involved, I think is really adding something, because it gives people an extra resource. And far too often, you know, even now in games, audio can be a bit of an afterthought. So giving people that kind of opportunity to build it in from the outset has to be a good thing. So thank you. And how have you found it? You know, have you seen a lot of kind of diverse approaches to using the audio?
Yeah, we've been really impressed, actually. You know, we see our music used in all kinds of different things, and it's been great to see the kind of it's been really impressive, because these games have got a massive variety to them, and seeing all the different ways they've been used has been really great. And we're really excited to kind of to keep doing things like this, and hopefully be able to help you guys out with music in the future. We've been really we hope everyone else has found it helpful, because I know that there's some fantastic people that have been making their own music for their games as well, and we're like really proud to kind of work alongside that. We really want to channel and kind of promote that kind of use of music too. But yeah, we're just really excited to see the rest of these awards.
Fabulous, and we really appreciate you getting involved, because again, you know, it's music is one of the areas where I think the game sector has a completely different role, you know, more than people imagine when it comes to developers, because you get that long-term engagement. You know, even short bite-sized games, you know, people are playing and replaying levels, and you're experiencing, and I guess if I can be pretentious for a moment, and it's Sunday night, so I don't see why I shouldn't, and kind of recontextualize music and give people a different way to understand and appreciate it.
Absolutely. And just wanted to say as well that, you know, we've loved seeing the music in the game so far. And just a heads up for anyone who wants to take their games outside of itch, you know, going forward, please get in contact with us. Especially if you've used our music, we'd love to chat to you about sorting you guys out with a license, and also just helping you with any music stuff you need in the future.
Well, there you go, folks. That's not an offer you hear every Sunday evening. So thank you, Ruben. That's fantastic. Now, I think what we need to do next is talk to one of the teams. So first we have Sean, Adrian and Gordon from the team behind Tomato Mare, which is one of the games that you're going to be seeing later on in the evening, to chat about what their project is, how it started, how it came together. Gentlemen, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. And so, how's your jam been?
Good. Yeah, it's been really awesome. I think this was definitely one of the first maybe I think I'd ever done. And I think I lucked out because I found Sean and Adrian really late in the day, because I wasn't expecting to do it at all. And then they kind of got in touch with me last minute and mentioned that they'd done some game jams before and they were looking for an artist. So I definitely lucked out, because a few key facts. Adrian and Sean had both won a game jam previously on something they'd worked on. And Sean has been a concert level pianist since he was 15, so he could also write our music as well as code. So I think I really did. I fell backwards into something great, I think. And I definitely was interested to see what it would turn out. And Sean and, of course, Adrian being younger than me, because I'm in my 30s, they're in their 20s, young bucks. So, yeah, they really impressed me with just their talent, their maturity on the project. And Sean even took lead. He was really great at organizers. So yeah, it was a great week, I think.
Yeah. That's fantastic. Thanks, Gordon. Sean, Adrian, anything to add?
It's amazing game jam. I think probably my third or fourth game jam right now. Mm-hmm. First 1 week long game jam, and it's just been an absolute blast. I think definitely the most enjoyable, and a lot learned from this one as well, and just absolutely loved it. Just loved the game jam overall.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And you know what? This is the perfect example of why these kind of events are so fantastically valuable, because you can meet different people, you can kind of strike sparks and work with a different team, and it's the whole fact that you can join people together and evolve something new is fantastically powerful. So where did you start when it came to Tomatomare? Was it the title, and how did the game evolve over the whole week?
Essentially,
Oh,
yeah, I can.
okay, Sean, over to you.
Sure. Pretty much. So me and Adrian actually go to the same college together. So we've worked on a few game jams before, and so essentially what we decided to do was we both meet up in real life. I know we just keep quarantine, but we pretty much both met up and we watched the presentation where we got the theme. And then it was just kind of like we were sitting down together. We had Gordon on the microphone because he lives quite a bit away from us. And we were just kind of pretty much like, it was a very free kind of thing, because we just kind of started looking around the room like, what can we make a game about? Because Seize the Day is actually quite broad. It's not like some of the jams that we've done before have been quite particular. So like Seize the Day, it could be anything. So what we ended up doing first was we went out to the kitchen and got like an egg and started rolling it around and seeing like, what can we do with this? Can we make a game out of that? And then kind of essentially bouncing ideas off each other, the three of us, one thing led to another. And essentially we came to the conclusion that we'd try to make a game about an egg escaping a kitchen. Seize the Day, he has an opportunity to escape. But kind of when we started developing, we realized that egg shape is not so great in physics with the physics engine stuff. So we kind of were looking for other things we could do that still have an interesting shape, but it's not a circle. So the tomato came to mind. And then kind of, as things went on, we realized that the whole enclosed kitchen idea was not so, it didn't breed creativity in the level design or the game design. So we were kind of all having a bit of a moment where it was like, oh God, what do we do now? And I remember, I think I said to Adrian and Gordon, just let me play around for a bit. And I went into the engine and I just started placing these amazing models that Gordon had made. And I just started making just a nonsense kind of level out of it. And I put some fancy effects on it and showed it to the team the next day, and we all loved it. So that's how we kind of came up with this dreamscape kind of thing. That's pretty much how the game became what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, I think even just to build on what Sean said, we were initially playing with the idea of a whole house, and what I was trying to kind of bring to them is, having played games for many years, is that I think the best ones come from taking a very simple idea and polishing it to, as much as you can. So we took out the other rooms and just focused on the kitchen, and then like Sean had the idea of making the levels very abstract, and then again with the game design, the assets just being in the kitchen meant we could polish those assets again, making them even better. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it's that focus that you need for a jam. It's like strip out all the extraneous stuff and really focus in on making something slick and enjoyable.
Certainly.
I think even we talked about. Oh, sorry, Brian.
No, go on.
No, I think we were talking about what we appreciated as well, and I did, especially for the first jam, is the fact that it was a week, because I think what the 24-hour or the 48-hour ones sometimes promote as quite a bad or unhealthy relationship with developing, because in the past, you'll know it yourself, Brian, having worked on some of the original games in Scotland, is that a lot of these people killed themselves to make these games and just, sacrificed everything. But I think giving us the week to actually go to sleep at points and come back with fresh ideas and even just get some rest, I think was what contributed towards the goals of there being more achievable. Because I think when you have such a short time, you really just hit the panic button a lot of times and just throw stuff in. But I think it gave us more clarity and time to really space things out and think, because if we hadn't had that day or two to go away and sleep and come back and be like, right, okay, this isn't working, what do we do? It would have been a lot harder.
You see, I think that's really important, because you're absolutely right, Gordon. It's when the situation is dire, the tendency is to just throw more stuff in to try and sort of wow people, rather than, okay, let's start taking things out. And if you've got, as you said at the beginning, Sean, if you've got a really kind of strong central mechanic, play with that and have fun with that. It makes perfect sense. Adrian, obviously the strong silent one of the
the only time he's been silent is today.
He's been far from it in the Discord.
I can definitely say communication helped a lot. I feel like we were very critical of our work. It wasn't like, oh, I made something. It's like, oh yeah, this is fine, this is good. No, we were really like, we started playing the game in its first stage before we really changed the whole idea from just the kitchen to this dreamscape world.
Yeah.
We started playing in it. We sat down. We were like, guys, this isn't fun. We need to change this.
Yeah.
And once we started criticizing each other and actually taking the criticism properly, we came up with this, fantastic idea, and we all just got this boost of inspiration and just pushed on with the work. And I think that's what really made this game happen.
It was smooth. It was smooth to the finish line after that. Definitely.
Yeah,
once we had the bravery to actually say, like, guys, this sucks. We were like, let's do something different. Then it was really nice jam from then on.
Yeah. Never be afraid to sort of go, hang on, this doesn't work. This doesn't work. Okay, we're going to press on to the awards. If you had one tip each for people thinking about entering the game jam or for the other teams, what would it be?
Game jam.
Definitely.
I would just quickly say just be open to new ideas and just be willing to work with people who think differently from you. Something might not seem like a great idea at the time, but I think the longer you stick with people who think outside the box or differently from you, you'll probably find you'll grow quicker as a person.
Perfect, Gordon. Thank you. Sean?
I would say keep your team small and make sure that you're working with people you know and like, because a game jam it's whatever about individual skill, but a major factor in that is how well you can communicate with everybody else. I was already really good friends with Adrian, and then me and Gordon clicked like instantly. So we had a really good communication. We weren't afraid to say, man, that sucks, or man, that's great to each other. But the bigger teams, I can imagine, it got a bit muddy. So keep it small.
Cool. Small, focused. Lane, Adrian.
Definitely. Once you get the theme of the game jam, keep it to really simple. Get one mechanic and just focus around that mechanic. And if you have more time, just expand on that one mechanic and don't overscope. Overscoping is what will kill your project.
Yeah, feature creep. It's killed more projects than you will ever know. Gentlemen, thank you so much. I think that's been fantastic. Thank you so much for getting involved. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. And we're going to move on to the awards now. So thanks very much. And
thanks for having us.
Take care, guys.
Thank you. See ya.
Okay. So we're moving on, and to the first award of the evening. We come to the best use of the theme. So you all know the theme this year was Seize the Day. I beg your pardon. So for the awards, we have the best use of theme, sponsored by Rivet Games, and our nominees are Personal Assistant to Dr. Evilstein, Tomato Mayor, and I can't read the last one, Colin, because there's a tiny thing over the.
Last one is Garden of Memories.
Garden of Memories. Thank you so much. And to announce the winner, we move over to our.
Sorry, before that, we've got a little video, so we'll play out a little bit of each.
You have really pulled out all the stops tonight. Okay, enjoy. Phenomenal. Thank you, Colin. And to announce the winner, we'll bring back Gianmarco. So Gianmarco, can you announce the winner of the best use of theme category, please? You're on mute, Gianmarco.
Well, I'm sorry. Yeah, the winner is...
This is our new COVID world. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. So we're saying the winner is Personal Assistant to Dr. Evilstein one. So true to you, it's a single developed game. So I think there was just one guy behind this, and it's a great job. It was so nice to, keep the Billings thoughts of this guy in order. Nice, very nice job.
fantastic. You know, who would have thought of combining Google Calendar with an Excel spreadsheet and the to-do list for Dr. Evil, or indeed, you know, a hideous premiere of a country stricken with a pandemic. So fantastic. Congratulations to Dr. Evilstein and indeed Daniel Winterstein, the developer. So moving swiftly on, it's the next category we have is the Most Fun Award. And we're delighted to thank the team at Ninja Kiwi for sponsoring this particular competition. So the finalists for this award are Sunboy, oh my God, Muskipula, and Tomato Mayor. Thankfully, one I can pronounce. And let's have a look at the games in action. Fabulous. And I think, you know, really reflects the diversity of the entries. Gianmarco, you have to stand down for this one because no, I do beg your pardon. It's like you are announcing this award. I do so very beg your pardon. Gianmarco, over to you. The winner is
the winner is Tomatoware. So great job, guys. Again, congratulations.
Well done, guys. Congratulations. Very well deserved. And a really, really fantastic example of, you know, coming out of left field for a video game. So let's move swiftly on. Next up, we have the judges' pick for the Technical Accomplishment Award. I shouldn't have had those 4 coffees before the stream started. I really shouldn't. So let's have a little look at the finalists. We have Tomato Mayor, we have Sunboy, and finally we have Darkest Day. So let's have a little look at the nominees in action. That's wonderful. Thank you. Gianmarco, the winner, if you would, please.
And it's Tomatoware again. That's great, guys.
Wow.
Yeah. Great job. Congratulations.
Congratulations, guys. That's no mean feat. That's no mean feat at all. But again, the diversity and the graphical styles of the different entries were just so fantastic. I really, really loved so many of the different styles that the teams chose. Okay. Moving on, next up we have the judges' pick for the Most Commercially Viable Award. And the nominees for this are Muskipula. I'm going to keep varying my pronunciation of this, guys. So if the team are watching, my apologies. I'm doing my very best. We have Tomatomari. And we have Sunboy. And before we... Fabulous, fabulous. And Gianmarco, please, if you would, the winner?
Yeah, it's Sunboy.
Fabulous.
Congratulations.
Congratulations,
Great
guys.
job.
Very well deserved. Very, very well deserved indeed. Okay, next up, we have the Best Use of Audio Award. And the nominees for this one are Ephemera, Garden of Memories. And we have Tomato Mare. This is going to be a big night for you guys. I hope you have a lot of space for trophies. And before we announce the winner, again, let's have a little look at the games in action. Phenomenal. And to announce the winner of this award, we welcome back Ruben from Universal Production Music. Ruben, can you please put the teams out of their misery and let them know who is picking up the trophy?
Absolutely, Brian. So the winner of this one was Garden of Memories. So congrats to Team Midrash. Really amazing stuff. Well done, guys.
Well done, guys. Huge congratulations. Again, very, very impressive stuff. And thank you, Ruben. Really appreciate you getting behind that award. Okay, so let's move on to the next one. We have the Best Original Audio Award. Now, putting audio together over the course of a game jam is never a simple thing, so this is a good one. And the nominees are Darkest Day, Ephemera, and Tomato Mare. So let's have a little look at what the games look like. And apologies for not being able to play the actual audio during this. You know, we're learning as we go along. So, you know, we're doing our best. But trust us, the audio in all of those games was exceptional and they were picked for a reason. So it's back to you, Gianmarco, for the winner of this category. Can you let me know?
Best Original Audio won to Ephemera. Congratulations, guys.
Wonderful. Really, really good stuff. And congratulations to the team. It's not a simple thing to do. So well done all round. And again, let's move swiftly forward. And in any game jam, you know, it's not necessarily the easiest thing to do to pick whether you want to do something in 2D or 3D. So we have two separate awards for the best 2D game and 3D game. And in the 2D category, the nominees for this year's award were Carpe Diem, or Carp Diem, because everyone loves a fish pun, Shrine of the Gods, and Darkest Day. Let's take a look at the games. Fantastic stuff. And just looking at the chat and the comments coming in through the stream, it's clear that they're fans of all of those entrants. So, Gianmarco, please, if you would.
Yeah, Best 2D Art Award goes to Darkest Day. Congratulations, guys. Really nice piece.
Very well done. Very, very well done. And having done the 2D, let's move on to the 3D. So, on 3D, hard at the best of times. In a week, that's no small feat. So the nominees for the 3D award are Children of Tyr, Tomato Mare, and Need to Pee Seize the Bee Day, which is possibly my favourite title of the competition. Let's take a look. Very topical. Very topical. Is it just me, or is the more we see the Tomato Mare one, is anyone else thinking, A, what does a tomato dream about, and B, I really want pasta tonight? Anyway, Gianmarco, over to you. The winner for the best 3D is...
Well, it's Tomato Mare again. Great job, guys.
Pasta it is this evening. Thanks very much, guys. You've put an unshakable fixation in my mind. Congratulations. That's well deserved. Stylish and, no small accomplishment. So, let's moving on. It's the next category we have is the judges' pick for the best game design, and the nominees for this category are our friends Tomato Mare, Darkest Day, and One Bullet Gun, which, you've got to love the light gun effect, if nothing else. Let's have a look at them in action. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Okay, Gianmarco, the best game design. This is not a small category. Can you tell us who the winner is, please?
Yes, One Bullet Gun. Great job. Mauro, I think it's a single developer. Brilliant.
Fantastic. And this was one of those taking a familiar idea and totally taking it off in a completely different direction. Well done, guys. Well done. That was really, really well deserved. And of course, moving beyond the game design, we're now looking at the best level design, another important category that is sometimes overlooked in some jams. But the nominees for this particular jam are Sunboy, Day of Darkness, and once more, our friends Tomato Mare. Let's have a look. See, 2D artwork and monsters/zombies and radioactive bananas. How could you possibly judge this? However, we did, and the winner, Gianmarco, is?
Yeah, for the Les Bevel Design Award is Tomato Mare again. Great guys.
Tomato Mare.
You took out a bunch of roses tonight, aren't you?
Oh yeah, congratulations, guys! And I hasten to add that we didn't invite the guys on, but they were available. They said we would love to come on and talk about our game. So well done, guys. We really, really appreciate you coming on. Now, next up, we have the Best Story Award or the Best Narrative Design. And this category is sponsored by Storm in a Teacup. So thank you very much indeed to Storm in a Teacup. And the nominees for this category are Tomato Mare, Carpe Diem, #Carpe Diem, and Darkest Day. Let's see them in action. Fabulous. So, Gianmarco, please put our winners out.
Yeah.
Uncertainty and doubt. The winner is?
Darkest Day.
Fabulous.
Great job, guys, again.
Congratulations, guys. Very, very well deserved. Good job. Really, really pleased to see that game picking up a trophy. So we're getting close to the end, but let's keep going. So next up, we have the best solo game. So in a world of multiplayer, in the world of MMOs, sometimes it's good to be with yourself in my empty house. I even put balloons up. I hope you're appreciating it. So the nominees are solo, as in solo developer, I should say. So for the best single person development team, the nominees are Day of Darkness, Shrine of the Gods, and Darkest Day. So let's take a look.
Yeah, sorry. I
Wonderful.
think that I made a little mistake while doing that slide, because Darkest Day is a team of 2, but the original third finalist was One Bullet Gun again. I'm really sorry, guys.
That's okay. That's okay. In the rough and tumble of a game jam, sometimes, we're all just human. Okay, so the third finalist was One Bullet Gun. Yeah?
Yeah, but the winner is Day of Darkness. So
Day of
really
Darkness.
good job. The typing hell is great.
Fantastic. Congratulations, Day of Darkness. A one-person project is an incredible thing to take on. So that is very, very well deserved. And we now move on to the Community Award. So this is the Humanity Award.
Yeah, that's one we was really eager to present, because it was out of everything.
This is where it's like the errors that you just mentioned creep in. I clicked forward 2 spaces on my spreadsheet, so my apologies. Call it my Ricky Gervais moment. The Humanity Award. Apologies, folks. It's again, I blame, several espressos before this all kicked off. So the Humanity Award, let's look at the nominees, please.
In other words, not really nominees here. That been just given to a guy that is a solo developer for the game we are about to speak about. Because, well, games are messages somehow. And this guy had some friend in trouble, and he wanted to prepare a game for them to play and try to ease the day, So that's why we decided to add this Humanity Award to the competition. And it's really a pleasure to announce Reasons as a winner of the Humanity Award.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
And you're quite right, going through the games and looking at the games, it's not often that you can use the word poignant in association with a video game. It tends to be, we're really good at blowing stuff up. We're not so good at evoking other emotions. And this was a really beautiful entry. So that's very, very well deserved. So thank you. And now, moving on to the Community Award. So the best overall, we have 5 nominees. We have Muskipula, we have Carp DM, Garden of Memories, Tomato Mayor, and Ball of the Rings. So let's have a little look, shall we? Phenomenal. Gianmarco,
Yeah, the winner is
the nomination. Over to you.
Yeah, it's Carp DM. Good job, guys. This was a multiplayer entry. I'll never stop congratulating for taking such an effort in 1 week.
That's fantastic. That's phenomenal. And again, you know, in terms of taking the theme of the game jam and coming up with a pun, I totally loved it. Totally loved it. It should have won for that reason alone. So, ladies, gentlemen, that brings us to the end of the awards section of tonight's performance. So I'm going to hand you back to Colin. Before I do, just one little thing is that this wouldn't have happened without Mr. McDonald and the hard work of Gianmarco. So please put your hands together in the comments. Just let them know that you appreciate this opportunity, because getting into the games industry can be hard. So this is a really, really fantastic new way for young developers and young talent to get in front of some of the biggest names in the industry. So congratulations, guys. Thank you so much for organising this. Thank you for getting me involved. Thank you for giving me a chance to wear a posh shirt for the first time since March.
For those that don't know Mr. Baglow, he's famed for his floral print shirts and stylish attire. So it's nice that we've been able to encourage him to get dressed up when he's just been in
knitwear. It's been
tracksuits and t-shirts for 9 months.
Put product in my hair. I mean, it's been great. It's like having a real life.
Absolutely, that was brilliant. Thank you so much, Brian. Apologies for a few faux pas throughout that. I've now run a few different live streams. I've never dealt with one that's had so many different videos. So I think I've flashed up some of the nominees early on one. I missed out audio on another. Apologies. But
you've seen Ricky Gervais at the Oscars, Colin. I mean, come on, this was slick in comparison.
Well, you know, it's there's a career there somewhere for me with another couple of lifetimes worth of training, I'm sure. But no, thank you for the brilliant presenting, Brian. That's been great. Nice to have a change from me. To be honest, even for me, it's been nice to have a change from me. So thank you so much.
We're all sick of the sound of your voice, Colin. No, we're not. Please don't stop.
Fantastic. Okay, that was great. I mean, the caliber of the games has just been. So before we did this, you know, I'm speaking to people like Universal Production Music, and you're sort of saying, look, I don't know how many people we'll get. I mean, you know, we might get 2 teams, we might get, you know, dozens of teams. We don't know the caliber, the quality that the games are going to be. So I'm kind of trying to, you know, not have anyone have their expectations too high. And as it turns out, I was sort of preparing them for, you know, hey, look, a bunch of the games might not be that good. They've been blown away. Everyone's been blown away. The caliber has been amazing. You know, we did those live streams playing through 80 games. I mean, if we had enough awards, there's barely a game out of the 80 that isn't deserving of something. They were all fantastic. And I know I'm seeing in the comments, you know, various people are saying some game jams limit the number of awards. You know, a game can only win 1 award. I mean, that might be something we think for the future, but realistically, this is how awards work. And if one game has excelled in multiple categories, then everyone else needs to know that's what you've got to compete with. I'm afraid it's you know, we're all competing for our games to succeed. We're all competing for jobs in the industry. You know, we do want this to celebrate as many different games as possible. So I absolutely take the point. But I do think if one game is deserving of, I think it was 4 categories that Tomatomare ended up winning, you know, out of 14 awards, you know, it was absolutely deserving of every single one of those. So congratulations to them. But congratulations to everyone else, whether you won, whether you were nominated, or even if you just missed out on the nomination. So many of the games just missed out. They were all fantastic. So, Gianmarco, we were speaking quite late last night, about 2 a.m, I think, Italian time. We've not had enough punishment, have we? So we're wanting to do this again.
Yeah, that's definitely going to happen, and I'm not sure if I must say in despair for it, but it will be great again. So
yeah, no, this was great. It was It was bigger, better, higher quality games than we could have imagined. The industry feedback has been great. So
Absolutely.
we're going to do this again. There is a new jam now listed on itch. It's called Game Parade Spring 2021. It is going to run at the end of February. So it's February the 21st to the 28th. The page will be a little bit quiet, basically, this year, because, you know, Gianmarco needs to get some sleep after the last month or two. But coming back in the new year, we'll start pushing that quite hard. But sign up now. You'll be able to search for it on itch. We've also set up a redirect. So if you go to gameparade.gamesjobs.live, that's gameparade.gamesjobs.live, that should take you straight to the new Game Jam. So that's February the 21st to the 28th. At the moment, we're imagining a similar format. We're hoping to persuade all of the companies that were involved this time to get involved again, and lots more. So I think it'll be great. Everyone deserves a big rest and break before then, but you've got 3-4 months warning before that kicks off. And then just because this was all about trying to get people into new jobs in the industry or into their first job in the industry, it'd be remiss of me if I didn't mention the next Games Jobs Live regular event. So that happens next Wednesday, the 11th of November. We're doing it in association with Pocket Gamer Connect, the conference. They've got a conference running all that week. So again, come along to that. We've got some great companies. We've got like Ubisoft and Hypixel signed up to that. So come along to that. I'll email everyone with the details. But again, we've got a redirect for that. If you go to pocketgamer.gamesjobs.live, that's pocketgamer.gamesjobs.live, you'll be able to sign up for that next regular Games Jobs Live event where we're showcasing lots of great jobs and letting people chat in a Discord with all the companies. That's our hour. This has flown by. Gianmarco, we've probably forgotten several things that we wanted to talk about. Remind me what we've forgotten.
Damn.
We were going to show the
really,
certificate. We're going to do certificates for people.
Yeah, true.
So in fact, I think that was on your screen share. If you can share your screen again.
Okay, no. Wait,
I think
because
I
Photoshop
inadvertently shared
crashed.
my screen earlier on.
Give me a second, because Photoshop does it better in time.
So what we'll do is we'll email everyone out a certificate that's won something or been nominated. You will also get an email from a system called Badger, and that's not as in the animal. These are badges that you can promote on social media. You can add to your LinkedIn. It's all going to be fully verified, so people can add to the LinkedIn that they've been a nominee or a winner at the Games Jobs Live Game Parade. So the person that submitted the entry will get an email, and they can then email us back and get other team members added to that. So do make the most of that. That's what this whole event has been all about.
Do it. Do it. You need to do this. This is good for your career. This is good for your life. Honestly, please do.
And then here is an example of the certificate that Gianmarco has kindly drawn up, that we will get emailed out to everyone, so you can put on your wall, you can put above your bed, you can, I don't know, whatever people do with certificates these days.
Yeah, so you can tattoo on your body too, if you like. We'll be proud of it. Just hashtag Game Jobs Live on Twitter, and we'll be.
Yeah, I'm hoping we don't get too many people take you up on that, but you know what? Hey, we'll bring you on to the next live stream if you do. But there's easier ways to get on the live stream.
Yeah.
Okay, disclaimer, maybe not, depending on where you get it tattooed.
Absolutely. So I would just like to thank everyone again that's helped so much, to Gianmarco, to Joel, to Brian, to Sarah that did our intro video, to Thresh that helped annotate the YouTube videos. There's various other people. Thank you so much. This has been great fun. I hope to see you again at regular Games Jobs Live events. Do subscribe to this YouTube channel. We've got loads more events coming, and of course we've got the next Game Jam coming in February next year. So sign up to the mailing list that you'll find on gamesjobs.live website. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, and sign up to the Game Jam for next February. That's on Itch.
Mm-hmm. And the theme may or may not be inappropriate tattoos.
I think it's fairly safe to say it won't be inappropriate tattoos, so you can get a wee head start. Thank you so much for all the lovely comments that are coming through. I'll just bring up a couple that I'm seeing. Everyone's saying thank you. They're complimenting everyone else's games and their awards. Some people expressing shock that they were nominated for awards. Congrats to everyone. Well deserved. Wonderful experience. It's great to hear everyone's had a great time, and that we've got a great community out of this. So look forward to doing it again.
Congratulations.
Okay, Mr. Baglow, final words.
I think that everyone here has actually learned a lot. Whether or not it's like they were nominated, whether or not they were a winner, it's like a game jam is a hugely, hugely positive thing to do, because you're actually making something. You know, as we know, the games industry is all about show me. You know, don't tell me what you can do. Point me towards the games that you've got live on Itch or Steam or mobile or the app stores. And this is a phenomenal way for people to find like-minded souls and actually build something. You know, let's look at two very, very quick examples. That games company were a student team when they did Flow, and Sony cherry-picked them, and they ended up doing, you know, Flower and Journey and so many other fantastic things. Same as the team behind Portal. It was a student project called Nabacular Drop. You know, going out, building things and showing it can lead to phenomenally good things. You know, if you build things but you never show anybody, nobody's going to care. You know, get it out there, put it in front of the industry and say, look what I made. Right? We've got so many fantastically creative and technically skilled people, but nobody ever finds out because they won't share it with the world. So everybody who participated, everybody who took part, really well done, guys. You should be very proud of yourselves. And use this, absolutely use this. You know, submit it not just to the companies who were involved, but everywhere, and say, I did this, because it will stand you in good stead.
Wise words, absolutely. Thank you so much. Gianmarco, final comment.
Well, you know,
for a week.
Yeah, I was whipped for a week because, well, you know, the industry is what it is. So as we are crunching, it was just a long week for me. And sorry if I'm just a little, you know, tired looking. But guys, I think I'll have more hours to play on your games for, I think, a couple of weeks, because there are really some area I want to explore and some area I want to dig deeper. So really a great job again, and congratulations everybody, and thanks to you, Colin and Mr. Baglow for joining us, and Ruben again, and all the guys that helped us through this path. And what to say? See you on 21st of February.
We'll be there.
Absolutely great. On that note, we'll leave you again with a little montage of everyone's games, and we'll see you in February, if not before.
Take care, again.
Yeah.